Now that we're in a marina, and on a mooring for a little while, there's 2 marinas in Lombok, so we've got plenty of time to do jobs. And after sailing from Darwin all the way up to Lombok, those jobs have just accumulated. So our plan was to, once we got to Lombok, complete all those jobs to continue on to wherever we go next. Before we continue on, we have to have those jobs done.
Give us a look at the jobs.
There's a few jobs down here. Got a clear, Sikaflex front windscreen, polish the stainless steel, clean the stainless steel, service engines, already done that. Repair the sails, we've got a few tears in the head sail, and we've got a small repair on the main sail. Repair the water maker leak on the freshwater side of the water maker. The filter housings started to leak. I think the O-ring's gone on that. We've got another O-ring for that to fix. Install locks on the delta pod, and any lockers or storage areas that don't have locks on them, we need to install locks for when we leave the boat, so that if someone comes on board and tries to go through all our stuff, they can't get in there because it's locked. We've got to inspect and tension the forestay because it hasn't been done. Lube the furler, go at the mast, inspect the mast because we've done them like so many nautical miles from Darwin to Lombok. We need to inspect everything, inspect up the mast, make sure all the instruments are all still secured and still good to go for the next leg of the journey. And then I've also got this hose in here for the sink that has rusted. If you look in here, so I've taken that hose off there. That runs down underneath the kitchen cabinet here, the galley. And then down here, we can access those hoses for both sinks, for the galley sink and whatever else is underneath the galley, like wiring and that, through this section here. So I'll unscrew that. That just comes off, and you can see here. Look at all that damage, water damage. That's from that hose that's leaking. From the drain from the sink in the galley. So that's the hose. That's the hose that comes out from underneath the galley there, and you can see how rusted that thing is. I got all my sort of shit like this stored up in the front here in the delta pod. It's a bit of a mess at the moment. I'm going to do a clean up and then we're going to do a boat tour. But that's the hose I'm going to use.
Whatever they do, they bid on it. Yeah. And then, yeah. I don't know if it's called air tasking.
It's all installed, bit of a pain that one, but yeah, got it in there. No real problems, just cut the old one out and put the new one in. I'm working on the pump. The shower pump broke. Mum was here, so I'm just fixing that. Lots of jobs to do. I don't think I need to take the pump apart after all, but it was sounding a bit old and shitty anyway. But yeah, I found a massive clump of hair in the elbow that comes straight out of the drain for the shower. I made a little hook. I'm going to try to wedge the hook into the elbow and pull all the hair and goodgies and the pubes. There's pubes in there. So yeah, that's the job at hand at the moment. The water's not even draining. That's how bad it is. Oh, smell it. It smells. Oh, pubes.
What is it?
Oh, it was just a big clump, eh? It's poo. Hey, it's pubes. It's all pubes. Constant cleaning when you own a boat. I'm just in the Delta pod here. This is where we keep heaps of our crap. Heaps of our crap. Got a vacuum cleaner spare, gas bottle, pump for the dinghy, sanitation hose, hanging up chair thingy, chair in the air, sails, sail bags, oh, you name it. This is also which it shouldn't be here. Should not be here, but the life raft is in here. Because we're not underway, or we're not out at sea and nothing's moving around, so it can't set this thing off. We put it in the front here. There'd be a lot of controversy with that statement, but we put ours in the front here because there's nothing that can bump it in here. This is the cord that you pull, and it's all tucked away up there to inflate it, so we just have it in here for now. But that's the life raft, and I'm just cleaning up in here really. I just bought a heap of stuff in Mataram in Lombok, just spares, and one of the things was battery protector and sealer. This stuff is golden. Obviously battery terminals corrode pretty easily, so I've got a brand new battery here for the anchor winch or windlass. When we replaced the windlass, I bought a new battery as well. Bought a new battery as well, so I forgot to seal the terminal, so I'm doing that now. Another one of those jobs that's on the list. So just starting this tank job. It's pretty hot today, but so I've got a leak in this tank. I've just opened up the gauge hole where the gauge is, where the gauge goes, just to inspect inside. There's a bit of corrosion, but there's no way I can check this tank without having to lift it up and check for leaks. Trying to look down in that hole, there's a baffle inside. It stops the water from sloshing around inside the tank. So I'm going to have to try and lift this bad boy up somehow. I've unscrewed all the mounting screws and mounting bolts on the side. I do know with these, some of the island packet mono hulls, they actually put adhesive on the bases of their tanks for some reason, probably to stop them moving around, flexing around. So hopefully that adhesive's worn off or rotten away or something, so I don't have to worry about doing that. I don't want to have to cut it with a grinder. I want to try and do a bodge job so I don't have to stress too much about that. The tank will be put in before the liner gets put in and the top gets put on. So this bad boy is not coming out of here, but there's no way he's coming out this door, or he's not going out that hatch, I can tell you now. So if I do need to replace the tank, I'm going to have to cut it in here with a grinder and then put a bladder inside here. So it's going to be interesting, a grinder in here. Don't know how I'll cut this thing inside this small space. So hopefully I can patch it up and get it fixed. So I'll show you the base, or the tray that the tank will sit in. Looks like a type of adhesive, but have a look. It's just broken away. It's not even stuck to the bottom of the tank anymore. But I thought it would be a bit rubbery, you know, so that it dampens the blow towards the tank. But it dampens the blow on the tank. I'm just slamming into waves, but that's pretty solid. Like. So I just inspect the tank and have a look, see what the go is, see if there's a leak. So while I'm down here, and since I've taken that out, I don't know if you guys can see that. fiberglass. It's got a crack in it. It's broken away. Everything else looks pretty solid. Might have to do some fiberglass work while we're in here. It's definitely not the bulkhead itself, the ply. It's the fiberglass that's tabbed onto the bulkhead to the hull. Do some fiberglass work. Yay! So we've got the tank out. If you have a look how much space is down here, you know, 200 litres, 200 litre tank.
Imagine how many kittens you could fit in there too.
You could, if you did just have this as storage, you'd have a lot of storage, but I think this silly idea is that this sits in the tray, there's no drain, it doesn't drain out to anywhere. So when if the tank did leak or if it overflowed and water just sat there, the water goes nowhere, it just sits there in this little tray.
Going mouldy.
Going mouldy. I'm pretty sure I found the leak without having to put water in it. The aft side of the tank, the back side of the tank here, just where the weld is, goes inside the weld straight into the tank, so I'm pretty sure that's the leak. So I'm going with the dodgy fix today. See if we can bog it up with this putty. It says it's a epoxy metal putty and moldable epoxy. So we'll have a look, we'll see how we go. Just woken up, so saves us buying a whole new tank. And if it doesn't work, I can just get a bladder and put a bladder in there. Also going to throw some epoxy in that tab there. This is the stuff we're working with. West Systems epoxy. With these pumps as well, it's just 1 and 1. Will give you a 5-to-1 ratio, which is awesome for a novice like me. But once I've pumped it and start mixing, I'll have my respirator on so that I'm not getting those harmful chemicals into my lungs. I think that that's just from wear and tear and old age. This thing's slamming into the waves all the time, you know. A good way to tell, but to test your core is the old surveyor's tap test with a hammer, but I got a screwdriver. But she's pretty solid all the way. And then when you go down there, you can see that it's got a bit of a noise, a bit of a different noise, hollow. Go over here to where it's actually stuck on really good. That's what we're looking for. Just needs a bit of epoxy there. Then we can get the tank put back in and we're off. Is that one done? That one is done. I'm gonna go quick coat of primer in there. It doesn't have to look good. Just cover up all the gross stuff. Here is the little dodgy repair. I don't know how it's going to go. It does feel pretty solid. If you tap that, it's got like a metal. It's like it's the tank. It doesn't peel off. So hopefully that does the job. She's back in. All the mounting screws, mounting bolts tightened up, ready to rumble. Now it's just a case of cleaning up the mess that I've made.
Hope you like this boat job video. Boats need constant maintenance, and we plan on hauling out at the end of this sailing season, so expect to see more videos like this. Join us again next week as we make our way to the southern coast of Lombok and explore the area by scooter. Let us know in the comments what you think. Give us a thumbs up and share these videos. Thanks for watching, Blue Moonies.
Had a hard day, you come in, throw the anchor down, crack a beer, pop that bad boy up.